Eat 3 dry fruits at night to support vision and memory. After 60 style, it is crucial to listen closely to what your body is communicating, as the sensations you might be experiencing are not indicative of weakness. Instead, they could be your body's way of signaling correctable issues, rather than a harbinger of diminished clarity or independence. This discussion is not about elaborate or costly treatments, intricate daily regimens, or the pursuit of fleeting miracles that seldom yield lasting results for older adults. For decades, physicians and researchers from leading American universities have been diligently investigating the decline in vision and memory among seniors. Before we delve further into this vital topic, we encourage you to share your age in the comments below, fostering a supportive environment where seniors can learn and heal together. Persistence until the end of this discussion will contribute significantly to building this invaluable community. A critical point that many overlook is the importance of order. Performing certain actions in the wrong sequence can inadvertently elevate inflammation, disrupt hormonal balance, and, paradoxically, worsen both vision and memory. Walnuts, for instance, play an exceptionally powerful role in supporting memory and vision in adults over the age of 60. This efficacy stems not from fleeting trends, but from their ability to address one of the most frequently underestimated biological drivers of decline: chronic inflammation within the brain. A common misconception among seniors is that memory lapses or mental fogginess are simply an unavoidable consequence of aging. However, what many fail to grasp is that the brain retains a remarkable capacity for adaptation well into later decades, provided it is supplied with the appropriate building blocks. Walnuts are uniquely suited to provide these essential materials in a form that the aging body can readily utilize. From a biological perspective, walnuts stand out as one of the most abundant plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids, particularly alpha-linolenic acid. These fats are far more than mere energy providers. They are fundamental structural components of brain cell membranes. As we age, these membranes tend to become more rigid, which consequently impedes the efficient communication between neurons. Physicians have been surprised to observe that older adults with a lower intake of omega-3 fatty acids exhibited measurable declines in processing speed and short-term memory, even in the absence of any diagnosed neurological condition. This suggests that we are not merely witnessing the effects of aging, but rather a nutritional deficit that subtly widens over time. Let's explore the intricate processes occurring within your body. During the night, particularly during deep sleep, the brain engages in the vital task of clearing metabolic waste products and reinforcing the memory pathways that were established throughout the day. For this crucial process to function optimally, brain cells require flexible membranes and stable signaling mechanisms. The omega-3 fats derived from walnuts seamlessly integrate into these membranes, thereby enhancing their fluidity and enabling signals to traverse more efficiently. This is precisely why some seniors report experiencing clearer thinking in the morning after consistent consumption of walnuts. While the change may not feel dramatic initially, it manifests as a steadier, more reliable, and consequently less unsettling cognitive state. The protein content of walnuts also plays a significant role. Beyond the age of 60, both muscle and nerve tissues become increasingly susceptible to protein deficiencies. Walnuts provide a valuable source of plant-based protein that supports the production of neurotransmitters without causing undue stimulation of insulin or cortisol levels. This is particularly important during the night, when hormonal equilibrium dictates whether the body prioritizes repair or inflammation. Many older adults unknowingly consume foods in the evening that lead to blood sugar spikes, thereby disrupting sleep hormones and exacerbating brain inflammation. Walnuts serve as a counterbalance by slowing digestion and stabilizing glucose responses. Clinicians have observed that seniors who regularly incorporate walnuts into their diet exhibit lower markers of systemic inflammation, which has a direct impact on the delicate blood vessels that supply both the eyes and the brain. The health and clarity of our vision are contingent upon these vessels remaining open and flexible. Similarly, Memory function relies on a consistent and unimpeded flow of blood to the specific areas of the brain responsible for learning and recall. This is where the science becomes particularly fascinating. Walnuts do not directly influence eyesight in a direct, immediate manner. However, by effectively reducing inflammation and improving overall circulation, they ingeniously create the optimal conditions for visual tissues to undertake their crucial overnight repair processes. The method of consumption is paramount. Consuming just 2 whole walnuts is generally sufficient. Exceeding this amount can place an undue burden on the digestive system and potentially interfere with the quality of sleep. Crucially, walnuts should be eaten after almonds, not before. This specific order is not arbitrary, it is intentional. Almonds provide essential magnesium and vitamin E, nutrients that work synergistically to calm the nervous system and mitigate oxidative stress. Subsequently, walnuts deliver their beneficial omega-3 fatty acids into a body that has already been hormonally prepared to efficiently absorb and utilize them. Consuming walnuts first or in isolation can lead to suboptimal absorption and even digestive discomfort in seniors. What you may be experiencing is entirely valid. Many older adults articulate a subtle but pervasive mental fatigue that, while not always detectable through standard tests, significantly impacts their daily confidence. It is important to understand that this is not a reflection of personal failing. Nutrient absorption naturally changes with age, and walnuts serve as a gentle yet effective means to bridge this gap. Furthermore, the healthy fats present in walnuts also aid in the absorption of fat-soluble nutrients from other foods, acting as carriers that escort protective compounds into brain and eye tissues. On an emotional level, walnuts offer a profound sense of reassurance. They do not force the body into action. Rather, they provide gentle support. Seniors who experience anxiety regarding memory loss often find a sense of calm upon learning that the brain responds favorably to consistent nourishment rather than aggressive interventions. Walnuts work slowly, respectfully, and in harmony with the body's inherent repair rhythms. This consistency is the bedrock upon which the subsequent steps of this system can function effectively, as improved circulation and reduced inflammation are prerequisites for delivering vital minerals and oxygen to deeper regions of the brain and the visual system. Without the foundational support of walnuts, the entire system lacks the necessary stability. Nutrients may be consumed, but they cannot be efficiently utilized. However, when walnuts are integrated into their correct place within the sequence, the body becomes receptive, blood flow improves, inflammation subsides, hormones stabilize, and the brain is optimally prepared for its nightly tasks. Repair, organization, and memory consolidation. Almonds, while seemingly simple, address one of the earliest and most insidious physiological shifts associated with aging in adults over the age of 60, the quiet erosion of cellular protection and mineral balance, which can impact both vision and memory long before overt symptoms manifest. Many seniors notice eye fatigue in the evenings or a gradual slowing of their mental pace, often assuming that nothing can be done to alleviate these changes. What is often not fully realized is that these alterations frequently begin with a decline in antioxidant defenses and disruptions in nerve signaling, rather than being indicative of irreversible damage. Biologically, almonds are remarkably rich in vitamin E, magnesium, and plant-based protein, a combination that assumes increasing importance after the age of 60. Vitamin E, a primary fat-soluble antioxidant, plays a crucial role in protecting the delicate fatty tissues of the retina and the brain. As the years progress, oxidative stress stemming from factors such as light exposure, fluctuating blood sugar levels, and low-grade inflammation accumulates within these tissues. Clinicians have observed that older adults with lower vitamin E levels experience a more rapid decline in visual acuity and exhibit heightened sensitivity to glare, particularly during the evening hours. This phenomenon is not simply a standard part of aging, nor is it a personal failing. Dietary patterns from earlier in life often did not emphasize sustained antioxidant intake, leaving individuals more vulnerable as they age. Let us examine the physiological events that transpire within your body. As night approaches, the body's repair hormones naturally rise, and damaged cells are either restored or replaced. The retina and neural tissues are especially active during this crucial nocturnal window. Vitamin E derived from almonds integrates into cell membranes, forming a protective barrier that significantly reduces oxidative injury while you sleep. This protective shield allows nerve signals to transmit more smoothly, which is essential for both clear vision and effective memory formation. In the absence of this vital defense layer, even minor inflammatory insults can accumulate and interfere with optimal function. Magnesium, abundant in almonds, plays an equally critical role in physiological processes. Magnesium is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions within the body, many of which are responsible for regulating nerve transmission, facilitating muscle relaxation, and maintaining hormonal balance. Following the age of 60, the body's ability to absorb magnesium tends to decline, frequently leading to subtle symptoms such as nighttime restlessness, involuntary eye twitches, or a generalized sense of mental tension that can be difficult to articulate. Physicians have been surprised to find that seniors experiencing marginal magnesium deficiencies frequently report poor sleep quality and a persistent feeling of cognitive fog the following day. Almonds provide magnesium in a form that is gentle and well tolerated when consumed appropriately. The protein content of almonds is also noteworthy. In this context, the brain relies heavily on amino acids, the building blocks of protein, to synthesize neurotransmitters that are critical for focus, memory, and emotional stability. Almond protein effectively supports this vital process without causing excessive insulin stimulation. This is where the scientific details become particularly intriguing. Unlike more substantial protein sources, almonds deliver steady nourishment that serves to calm the nervous system rather than triggering a stress response. This state of calm is paramount for nighttime repair processes and lays the groundwork for deeper sleep cycles, during which memory consolidation actively occurs. The methodology and timing of almond consumption are not mere optional details. They are fundamental components of their efficacy. Consuming 5 raw almonds that have been soaked during the day, approximately 30 minutes before bedtime, provides a sufficient dose of nutrients without overloading the digestive system. Soaking the almonds helps to reduce phytic acid, a compound that can otherwise inhibit mineral absorption and make them more challenging for older digestive systems to process. Chewing slowly signals the brain that nourishment is being provided, thereby enhancing the hormonal coordination between the gut and the nervous system. Consuming almonds earlier in the evening or in larger quantities can disrupt insulin balance and diminish their beneficial effects. Clinicians have observed that seniors who meticulously adhere to this method consistently report a reduction in eye dryness upon waking, fewer nighttime awakenings, and a subtle yet significant improvement in their sense of mental steadiness. What you may be experiencing is real, and these seemingly minor improvements often serve to restore confidence even before more dramatic changes become apparent. Almonds also play a crucial role in preparing the body for subsequent stages of this nutritional strategy by stabilizing blood sugar levels and calming cortisol, the primary stress hormone that can interfere with sleep and repair processes. This preparatory phase is essential because nutrient absorption occurs in a sequential manner. Almonds effectively create a metabolic environment where fats, minerals, and antioxidants from foods consumed later can be delivered to their target tissues with greater efficiency. In the absence of this foundational preparation, nutrients consumed later may circulate throughout the bloodstream without reaching the specific tissues that require them most. Almonds thus act as a quiet stabilizer, ensuring that inflammation is reduced, hormones are balanced, and the nervous system is receptive to further nourishment. Emotionally, almonds offer a profound sense of reassurance. They do not force change upon the body. Instead, they support its innate intelligence. Seniors frequently harbor fears that the progression of aging signifies a loss of control. However, this simple dietary practice can help restore a sense of partnership with one's own body. When consumed consistently, almonds become a nightly signal that repair is safe, nourishment is available, and the intricate systems responsible for vision and memory can finally slow down sufficiently to initiate a process of recovery. Raisins are often casually dismissed as simply dried grapes, yet for adults over the age of 60, they represent one of the most undervalued tools for supporting both vision and memory during the critical sleep hours. What most individuals fail to grasp is that age-related decline in eyesight and recall is rarely attributable to issues solely within the eyes or the brain in isolation. Instead, it is intricately linked to circulation, the efficient delivery of essential minerals, and the body's nighttime cellular repair mechanisms. When utilized correctly, raisins are positioned at the very nexus of this restorative process. Biologically, raisins are a concentrated source of boron, iron, potassium, and potent polyphenol antioxidants. Boron, in particular, plays an essential role in brain signaling and mineral metabolism, yet its levels tend to steadily decline with age. When boron levels are low, nerve communication can slow down, memory may feel less sharp, and eye muscles can fatigue more rapidly, especially in low-light conditions or during the night. Physicians have observed that older adults experiencing subtle boron deficiencies often complain of symptoms that are frequently misattributed to normal aging, such as difficulties with focusing, challenges in recalling specific words, and noticeable eye strain before bedtime. What distinguishes raisins is the remarkable efficiency with which their nutrients are absorbed when the digestive system is in a calm state, a condition that typically occurs during the evening hours. Let us delve into the physiological transformations that occur within your body. As you prepare for sleep, blood flow gradually shifts away from the digestive system and redirects towards processes of repair and restoration. Raisins provide easily accessible minerals that quickly enter the bloodstream, thereby assisting red blood cells in their vital function of transporting oxygen to the retina and to memory-associated regions of the brain, such as the hippocampus. This delivery of oxygen is absolutely critical, as both vision and memory are highly sensitive to even minor reductions in nighttime circulation. Inflammation represents another significant factor contributing to decline. Low-grade inflammation can subtly damage the small blood vessels within the eyes and brain over extended periods. The polyphenols present in raisins act as gentle anti-inflammatory compounds, effectively reducing oxidative stress without overstimulating the nervous system. This is especially pertinent for seniors, as aggressive supplement regimens can sometimes disrupt vital sleep hormones. Raisins operate through a different mechanism. They support the body's repair processes without forcing it into a stressed metabolic state. This is not merely a matter of aging, nor is it a personal failing. Many older adults were never educated on how mineral absorption changes after the age of 60, and raisins offer a natural way to help bridge this knowledge gap. The timing and method of consumption are of utmost importance. A single tablespoon of organic raisins is generally sufficient. More is not necessarily better. Consuming raisins in isolation or earlier in the evening can lead to insulin spikes, which in turn inhibit nighttime repair processes and exacerbate inflammation. This is a common pitfall where individuals unknowingly worsen their situation. However, when raisins are consumed last, following almonds and walnuts, the insulin response is significantly blunted, absorption is enhanced, and the minerals are effectively directed towards repair rather than being stored. This precise sequence is crucial because the fats and proteins consumed earlier in the routine slow down sugar absorption, thereby allowing the raisins to perform their intended function without triggering hormonal disruption. Physicians have noted that seniors who adhere the tissues that require them. The brain remains in a semi-alert state, rather than transitioning into the deep repair sleep essential for cognitive function. Inflammation persists, and the eyes do not receive adequate oxygen or antioxidant protection. Crucially, the memory centers of the brain are unable to effectively organize and store the information gathered during the day. This is a primary reason why vision and recall can decline, even when dietary intake appears to be healthy. This is not simply a consequence of aging, nor is it a personal failing. After the age of 60, insulin sensitivity naturally diminishes due to a combination of hormonal changes, muscle loss, and alterations in digestive processes. Many seniors unknowingly consume late evening meals or small snacks that inadvertently keep insulin levels elevated into the night. Even foods that are generally considered healthy can interfere with this critical process when their timing is disregarded. What you are experiencing is physiologically based, not a reflection of personal inadequacy. The reason this factor is often overlooked is that insulin imbalance does not always present with obvious symptoms. It operates subtly, manifesting as restless sleep, early morning awakenings, dryness in the eyes upon waking, or minor memory lapses that feel unsettling but are difficult to pinpoint. U.S. physicians have observed that when nighttime insulin levels are effectively addressed, patients frequently report simultaneous improvements across multiple bodily systems. Sleep deepens, morning clarity improves, and ocular comfort increases. These seemingly unrelated changes often converge when elevated nighttime insulin is identified as the common underlying factor. This is where the situation becomes particularly the adversary of consistency, and it is consistency that ultimately drives tangible biological change. Many seniors find themselves overwhelmed by advice that mandates strict schedules or constant self-monitoring. What is frequently not realized is that the body responds more reliably and effectively to a few well-timed, consistently repeated signals than to aggressive interventions applied sporadically. The morning portion of this system is intentionally designed to be gentle. Upon waking, the initial priority is hydration. A glass of warm water aids circulation and prepares the digestive system without placing undue stress on blood sugar levels or hormonal balance. There is no imperative to drastically alter breakfast habits or adopt restrictive eating patterns. Physicians have observed that seniors are significantly more likely to adhere to routines that do not disrupt their familiar morning practices. Establishing stability early in the day helps to regulate cortisol, the hormone that sets the tone for insulin sensitivity later in the evening. Throughout the day, normal, everyday activity is encouraged rather than demanding structured exercise regimens. Light movement, short walks, or engaging in household tasks helps to maintain muscle responsiveness to insulin, a factor that becomes increasingly critical after the age of 60. This enhanced responsiveness allows insulin to decline more naturally at night, a fundamental prerequisite for effective cellular repair. What you may be experiencing, fatigue or stiffness, does not signify that your body is failing. Instead, it reflects a system that benefits from predictable, low-stress cues. The evening is where this system becomes particularly precise. The timing of dinner holds greater significance than the absolute triggering insulin spikes. Oxygen delivery improves, supporting circulation to both the eyes and the brain during the critical sleep window. This carefully orchestrated sequence transforms simple foods into coordinated biological signals. Without this order, the individual benefits of each food may be scattered and less effective. With it, the body is able to organize and maximize their impact. The final element of this system is the environmental context. Dimming lights and reducing screen exposure for at least 30 minutes before sleep plays a vital role in protecting melatonin release. Melatonin is not merely a sleep hormone, it is a potent antioxidant actively involved in brain and eye repair. Doctors emphasize that nutritional strategies are most effective when complemented by careful light management, particularly for older adults whose natural melatonin production may have declined. This entire routine takes less than 10 minutes to implement. It requires no precise measurements beyond simple portion guidance and involves no tracking or mental strain. Emotionally, this approach holds significant value. Seniors often abandon routines that feel overly demanding or punitive. This system, in contrast, feels inherently supportive, communicating a deep respect for the body's natural pace. Over time, this predictability becomes a powerful factor in achieving lasting results. Night after night, the body learns to associate evenings with safety and the opportunity for repair. Insulin levels stabilize, hormones synchronize their functions, nutrients are delivered efficiently to their intended targets. Memory consolidation improves. Visual tissues receive consistent and essential protection. This is not merely about slowing down the effects of aging, it is about fostering a